Today our quest to find out what's the Nemesis Enforcer continues. This time we head to New York Comic-Con for the Big Rubber Guys exclusive 101,000 Sergeant Slaughter.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Major Bendy's Big Rubber Guys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got something extra special as we got the 2024 New York Comic-Con exclusive 1 of 1,000 Sergeant Slaughter. But of course, for all your Major Bendy needs, all your Big Rubber Guy needs, hit up MajorBendys.com. Head on over there, pick those ones up, and this one available at New York Comic-Con. Whatever is left, if anything is left, they will be selling on that website, so head over there after the con to find out what is left, if anything. I gotta give a special shout out to old good brother Mike Canick for sending this my way for review purposes here today. And of course, we're gonna do this review like we do all the other reviews on the gannel. We're gonna take a look at the packaging, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna unbox it, we're gonna talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do some comparisons later on. And what can you say about Sergeant Slaughter? A guy that's had a million figures, it feels like, over the years. Between wrestling and, of course, G.I. Joe. Two of my greatest loves coming together. And I've always said I preferred the Sarge in G.I. Joe over wrestling. But I like him in wrestling as well. And me and Sarge, we're thick as thieves, of course. About Nemesis Enforcer is what we usually talk about. Long-time viewers of the channel know all about those stories. Check out all the Sergeant Slaughter videos for more on that, I would say. But let's dive into this one here. Now, this is a repaint, and that makes sense. It's a New York Comic-Con exclusive. It's not for everybody. Not everybody wants the exclusives. It's not a mainline release like the original Sergeant Slaughter was. So there's enough meat on the bone here for the completists out there, the hardcore Sarge fans out there. But if you're just picking and choosing through your Big Rubber Guys, you might not need this one. So this feels like a perfect exclusive. And it sounds like the Sarge will be at New York Comic-Con signing autographs, signing figures, doing whatever needs to be done out there. And I believe this is the second time we've had this gear from Sergeant Slaughter in action figure form, as his first ever Mattel Elite figure in the Legends line was represented like this as well. So a little Easter egg along the way. But you do get the New York Comic-Con sticker up there. Really love that. Really tells you what this is about, and especially 10 years from now, you're like, what was this from again? Oh yeah, the sticker tells me what it was from. Major Wrestling Figure Podcast up there. Big Rubber Guys, Sergeant Slaughter down there. And then, of course, the big window box, perfect for autographs if that is your thing. Major Bendy's Presents on the side. And then look at the back here. Look at that cross-sell. It's getting out of control here in the Big Rubber Guys, man. Give me all the guys that are big and rubbery. I love it. I'm here for it. We got a lot to come in the future. It's a lot to keep track of at this point. And it is a room killer, as we know. These figures are a lot bigger than our Elites and other figures like that. But man, oh man, the nostalgic is heavy with these, as I always say. I absolutely do love these on the back. Man, oh man, we got a lot to come. We got a lot of Big Rubber Guys unboxings to come in the future. So I guess stay tuned if that is your thing. But we get the old Sarge out of the package here. Of course, removable packaging. You can take them out. You can put them right back in if that is your thing. How about a little plastic prison for the Sarge there? Giving the old salute. Sarge giving you the old salute. He'll salute you for a price at the Comic-Con, as we do know as well. Gonna put this back in here. I do save my packaging on these Big Rubber Guys. They're actually on top of the detolf right behind me, behind my figures that are up in there. So I'm gonna stick this a gentle off to the side. See you later. But now let's dive into it. Let's start with these accessories first. Obviously getting the most out of your molds, getting the most out of your accessories. We got the big old Stevie Wonder glasses here for the Sarge, all in black. Saw these before. And then we got the hat, aka the campaign cover. It always sounds weird to hear it as a campaign cover. And even Sarge, that's what it'll tell you what it is. Got the gold band around the top, brown hat right there. Looking good for the old Sarge, but now we're diving into the Sarge himself. Feeling good, looking like Sergeant Slaughter. I think most people, if they saw this, they'd say, oh yeah, that's Sergeant Slaughter, all right. Got the big chin going on, got that beautiful push broom, that little caterpillar above his lip ready to go. got 2 eyebrows. He's also playing those human hits, if anybody was questioning that. He does have 2 ears, he does have 2 eyes, he does got a nose and a mouth, so rocking those human hits all day long. Brown hair, even got the little bald spot up there for the Sarge. A little bit more bald in this day and age, but back then it was just creeping in. Male pattern baldness was after the Sarge, and apparently male pattern baldness is undefeated at this point here. He is given the salute hand over here. I always think back in the day, if I was a kid, would I enjoy playing with this Sergeant Slaughter? Because we all had LJNs back in the day that maybe he wasn't your favorite character ever. Maybe it wasn't a guy you didn't really like. Corporal Kirshner, a perfect example for me, thinking of first one off the top of my head. Not a character a lot of us kids resonated with and not a lot of kids liked. However, his figure had a nice pose, so he was very good in the playability feature. So he got a little bit more use than he probably would have if he was in a worse position, you name it, something like that. Now, the Sarge isn't bad. You can do some elbow drops, some elbows, some slaps in the face. Of course, the dreaded headbutt. Every LJN could do that if you wanted to. You can do some DDTs over here. You could always do a pile driver with him. So he's middle of the road playability factor, I would say. But looking good outside of that, he's got the wife beater on in white. He's got the, of course, whistle, and it is sculpted in here, so it's not removable, anything like that. I do like the red, white, and blue on the back of the wife beater there. That does look good. He's got red wrist tape going there. He's got the core on the side, the Cobra core. Look at that. The Cobra clutch, of course, and this does predate his time in G.I. Joe and Cobra and all that, so it gets a little confusing a little bit with the old Sarge. Got the black belt going on, black boots as well. On the bottom of the feet, big rubber guys, and should say, yep, 2024 Major Bendies, all rights reserved. They reserved every single right has been reserved by the Major Bendies team. Blue pants on him here as well. He does stand just fine without a stand. You can get your big rubber guy stands over at Major Bendies if that is your thing as well. Put the old hat on him, and then, of course, you put those glasses on, and you're ready to go. We didn't get a lot of accessories in the LJN days, but here we are, and the big rubber guys, we're starting to get more accessories, which is another way to take these maybe to the next level, as we have seen. But a very, very passable Sarge right here. A very good one. Is it the most iconic Sergeant Slaughter? Absolutely not, but man, is it the perfect Sergeant Slaughter Comic-Con exclusive? I'd say it is. I'd say it is. And could we get a Sergeant Slaughter in his Iraqi gear in the future, maybe from the big rubber guys? That'd be interesting. They could just maybe paint this a little bit differently. See what happens in the future there. But I do got that first Sarge here. He's got the green campaign cover on this one. I always think of him more in the brown, of course, going back to the G.I. Joe days. But you can see, basically same figure, painted differently. Getting the most out of their molds, perfect idea for New York Comic Con. And then you throw it way back to the Hasbro LJN. We'll call it Hasbro, though, officially. We got his figure from way back when. Absolutely cool there. You need to get this one in your collection, but it's not easy to do. Not easy to do, as we do know. But man, Sergeant Slaughter, big rubber guys, rolling on. We never got an official LJN. Hasbro had to do, of course. But if you're after this Sergeant Slaughter, you got to go to New York Comic Con, or like I said, the Major Bendies website. Call it Monday, Tuesday next week after the con. If you're watching this in real time, I guess I would say. Monday, Tuesday, they possibly will put some of these up. So you'll have to be eagle-eyed. You'll have to watch out there. And hopefully, if you're after this Slaughter, you'll find a way to get it in your collection. So there it is, Major Bendies, Sergeant Slaughter, big rubber guy. What are your guys' thoughts? A pickup for you? A pass? I'm not so sure. Are you going to New York Comic Con? Are you one of the lucky ones going? Shout it out in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Always helps to like the video. Always helps to subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. Check out the Patreon for early access to all the videos here on the channel. Don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com. Don't forget the complete guide to the WWE Jakks Class Superstars series, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and now on Kindle. Check it out if you have not already. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on the X, and then, of course, the_Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for Sergeant Slaughter, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.